Welcome back everyone, Terrace here. Today we're going to continue our Final Fantasy XVI playthrough. We'll pick right back up where we left off last time. And last time it was just nothing but like depressing quests. Like everybody was dying last time. I mean, it makes for a good story and everything. It's just Jesus. Just nobody was having a good time last time.
Last I saw, he was in the mess, as always.
But they fast traveled like 5 years, or time skip technically 5 years. So this is 5 years later, and this is the new hideaway, because the other one was destroyed by Titan 5 years ago. I haven't explored it yet. We got done doing all of our stuff. We landed here at the dock, and this is where we left it off last time. So let's explore it a little bit, see how it is. Oh yeah, everybody's calling me Sid now because spoilers. Last time Sid died, so I guess we took on his namesake basically. Became the new Sid, which is like the leader of this whole organization.
Again, I seen schoolboys swing harder.
Otto will
Jill?
want to know what happened in Cosness. I expect he'll be in the mess.
Or maybe Otto's the boss now? I don't know. But a lot of people are calling Clive Sid now. I mean, it helps that I have lightning powers now. Because Sid put my hand on his chest, so I absorbed a bunch of Ramuh's powers before he passed.
Look, it's Sid.
Staying on this time?
Probably not. I thought I just heard a tiny little kid. One of their voices is that kid's voice? That's weird. Wow, this place is actually pretty big. So instead of going there, let's go up the stairs and check all this other stuff.
As hither yon dance autumn winds atop the rotten pier. Of Sid's return the faithful sing across the blighted mere.
You know, this bard is not that good. Just saying. How's it going, Worm? Hope you're having a good day.
Does that one have blood on it?
Clive, you're back. You didn't happen to run out of potions while you're away, did you?
Just saying your
We
job
have
can eat a
fine
dick.
selection of
Alright, so
tonics and
I'm assuming not a great day.
tinctures. Oh, perhaps you'd be interested in some new accoutrement. Gear.
I like this big guy. He amuses me. It can't go up there yet.
Have we any...
That sucks. Sorry to hear that. As someone who has also worked at a lot of freaking terrible places, like, I get it.
What can I get you, Sid?
Nothing much. Just continuing with 16. 10,000? I am not doing that. Spend
Well, am I getting
$10,000.
Ah, about as well as you'd
Actually, let me
expect
check to see how much money I have.
Sour ale for penniless outlaws in the middle of the Deadlands. And it'd be worse than that if Molly here didn't make the best stew this side of Stone here.
I gotta see how much
Even if
money
it
I
is
have.
mostly just yesterday's leavings. Don't tell her you heard that from me, though. Don't be a stranger, Sid.
They skipped me 5 years. They should give me money. They didn't. But I do have 79.
Welcome
Well,
back, Sid. Oh, you're not leaving already, are you?
let me check the vendors first. See if I'm gonna need it for better gear. It's really been 5 years since we left the old place. How time flies.
Like it was yesterday.
We were all waiting to treat Sid to a hero's welcome when Kupka's lot turned up. Not that we knew it was them, they just poured in like a plague of rats, cutting down anyone and anything that stood in their way. Blood and bodies everywhere there was, and a voice crying out for Sid to save us in the midst of it all. I'll never forget those cries, try as I might.
Leader now, Clive.
Promise me you won't let anything like that happen again. Promise me that come what may, Sid will save us. Alright, I don't even... She's smoking some... Yeah, basically.
We won't hear me complaining.
It's even roomier than the old one was. Got my own stores, my own little encounter. Thanks to you lot fighting the good fight, plenty of demand from our warriors. The constant bloody racket. If it's not doors and Otto barking their orders, the Blackthorn and Baldoff banging away day and night. If a pain in the ear hole's the price I have to pay to be a Sid, the outlaw's partner in crime, I'd say I've got myself a bargain. Sure.
Go on,
You have anything good? That's garbage. Already got it. Got it. Ooh, what's all this stuff? Increase ability points earned in normal encounters. Increases experience earned by 15%. I do like things that give me more experience and stuff. Increases money earned. You got to level 100? Nice, grats. Yeah, I haven't been able to play much. Like, last couple times I tried to log on, frickin', they were having, like, issues. So the thing wouldn't let me log on. So I think I'm still, I think I'm still like 69. Maybe I hit 70. Can't remember. Increases limit break generation amount by 6%. 3%. Automatically charges magic spells and maintains the charge until cast. Accessory effects will not... I don't know. Let me buy some of this. Maybe? Sure.
It'd better all be here.
I'm gonna say no for now, because I don't know where I want to put them.
You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you?
I don't know. Perhaps I should just have black.
No, I've never been to Brooklyn. I haven't been hardly anywhere. I don't travel much.
You've forgotten already? Because I haven't.
It's a right pain in the arse getting this place in shape, especially with the mess we were in. Not that it's anything new for those who put the old hideaway together. Still, that don't mean I intend on not doing it again. Well, he was straight to the point.
Things here ain't too bad.
I've got a decent hammer, a decent anvil, and practice that knows his hammer, or an apprentice that knows his hammer from his cock. Well, I would hope so. Oh, and the furnace is alright and all, thanks to old Sid's bellows. The god only knows how to keep the coals hot enough out here on the mirror without them. Not with bloody crystals, that's for sure. No, I reckon you won't find a forge like this one anywhere else in the Twins, and I count myself lucky to work it. Thanks for keeping me on. You need anything, you just give us a shout. You only like your home? Yeah, I just don't like leaving my house unless I absolutely have to. I mean, I've gone to a few, like, anime cons. Or, pretty much I went to Otakon a couple of times. So, like, I've left the state a couple times, but in the actual state of New York, I have not gone hardly anywheres.
Not saying forwarding, do you?
see. Hey, 11 bolts better. From heaven on high, far did this bolt fall from to deliver justice. Sure, let's make that.
No scratches, right?
This is all garbage. It's all garbage. Can I reinforce anything? I cannot.
And
Off limits, that means you. Alright, fine, Jesus. Alright, I've got enough money I can throw away a little bit.
You look like you could do with a drink. Well, someone's in a good mood. Drink up, you lot. The next round's on Sid. Don't be a stranger, Sid.
That was not worth 10,000. I thought there would be a little more to it than that. Oh well. Is what it is. Let's go over. What do I got? Defense 10, attack 7. I don't think those matter that much anymore. Pet commands are executed automatically, and Torgal's actions will adapt to Clive's. The Ring of Timely Assistance affects. I mean, I like not having to control the dog. Let's see. Let's put the experience one on. Let's put the ability points. You know what? Fuck it. Take that one off. I'll put Gil. I'll just control the dog on my own. Yeah, oh, I got quite a few ability points. Let's see. What do I want? Those are all fine. Should probably upgrade these. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, that's fine.
Once the hall's
All
swept,
right.
it's over to the tavern.
Let's keep looking around. Anything hidden? Nope. And nope. Wall of memories? The hell is this? The oath? Oh. Created the day Clive pledged his allegiance to Sid. This crystal shard, transfixed with twin daggers, is a powerful reminder of a promise made, friendship forged, and legacy inherited. Alright. Balcony? Anything on my balcony? Yes, there is. Like how we just turned this big airship into our base. Or I should say big airship that's more like a boat at this point.
Squeaks wants to meet you. I can keep him, can't I? Can't I?
I mean, it's a rat, as long as you keep an eye on him so he doesn't go freaking eating and shitting in all of our food. I don't give a fuck.
Nearly half the crates were
Let's go right first.
Where did I put that sack? That they bloomed at all is a blessing.
It's not the ether.
This ton here pulls the black from the lake water and renders it clear. You'll have to ask Mid if you want to know how it works, though.
No, that's fine. I don't need to know how it works.
Much was lost when the first hideaway fell. Colleagues and friends. Years of hard work. But we did not let that loss defeat us. And our work will not be in vain.
Exactly.
No. The spirits of our fallen comrades live on in every leaf and limb you see here.
Sure. This is just a big room, so let's just go around the whole thing. Clearly I can't.
Charlie says I
Ah,
can't go and
Sid.
play until I
We were
finish
just
my
about to start our
psalms.
next lesson. You're welcome to join us. But be warned, I tolerate absolutely no tomfoolery.
Good day to
Sure.
you, Sid.
I'll be heading off then.
Can't catch a wink with all the clamour in the hole.
The atrium's
Sid, what's the special occasion?
Special occasions, I'm robbing all the chests around here.
The Lordsman says I can borrow as many books as I can carry. This was all I could carry.
One. You can only carry a book.
Eat up. What's the matter, Sid? You look as pale as the day your predecessor slung you in the cell next to mine. Not about to have another fit, are you? Of course you aren't. You're a changed man now. We both are.
Sure. I don't know who the hell that guy was. Can't go down.
No one works longer or harder than our Otto.
Escape from the slave markets. How'd you manage that?
I had some help, but it was mostly luck. The others... not so lucky.
Okay. Nothing in there.
Lady Tyre is performing a delicate operation and must not be disturbed. I'll let her know you called.
You do that. Hey. You're wondering what this new board is behind me, aren't you? All in good time, my furless friend. All in good time. Sure.
War is brewing. I can feel it.
War's always brewing, because that's humans. Oh, I missed these stairs. Hey, chest.
Hope you don't mind, Sid. I changed the linens in your chambers while you were away.
Yeah, whatever. Oh, I was already in there.
All operations.
Have you finished sorting those reports yet?
Finished? I ain't started. Been busy enough with my own work.
Alright, let's talk to Otto.
Ah, there you are, Clive. Word of your
adventures arrived this morning. Victor sends his thanks.
I doubt Kupka will miss the fools he sent to catch me. Not a single one of the bearers we saved showed any interest in coming with us. No one seems keen to join hands with an outlaw. Any news while we were away?
None worth mentioning. Gav's still off keeping an eye on the Republican army. Should be back any day now.
Understood. If anyone needs me, I'll be in the map room.
Still can't work that one out. There must be better places than the hull of a gutted airship to bury your nose in a book.
Yet this is where she's chosen to be. And I'm sure she has her reasons.
Who is it? Vivian? The hell is Vivian? Oh, was that Sid's daughter?
Trust I'm not intruding.
Back from your mission? I'm beginning to think your habit of surviving cannot be attributed to luck alone.
One might say the same of you, Vivian Ninetails.
I'll have you know that only 4 attempts have been made on my life, and none was especially memorable. So, to what do I owe the honor? Could it be that you've come for one of my lessons?
Is that so hard to believe?
Very well then. Shall we start with the state of the realm? To absolutely no one's surprise, she finds herself at the mercy of armies and outlaws. Well, mostly armies. Though that's not for want of trying, is it, Clive? But the real question is, how did we get here?
Yeah, see, it's been 5 years.
Dominion over northeastern storm has endured. Recent days have seen the blight wrest ever more land from her grasp. For which reason she has continued to wage war on her rival across the strait, hoping to claim less blackened pastures. But Odin would sooner pawn his sword than Waloed relinquish Ash. And the Empire pays dearly for every blade of grass bent beneath Sambraquois boots. Little wonder then that Sylvester set his sights on the crystalline Dominion, an altogether easier target, possessed of no less ether. It was 5 years ago, while you were busying yourself with the destruction of Drake's head, that the Empire made its move, subjugating its theretofore neutral neighbor. A nation which could legitimately claim to be the center of the world. Certainly there is no better place to stage an army.
Yeah.
From there, the Holy Empire's reach spans the Twins. The non-aggression treaty was the only thing keeping them in check. But if they truly broke the pact without provocation, it is only a matter of time before others reply in kind.
Well, yeah, kind of goes out the window at that point.
The Dalmekian Republic, the Kingdom of Waloed, and of course, our friends in Yaran. Who will be left standing, I wonder, when the last drop of blood is spilled?
You were born in Twinside. Do you not fear for your home?
Oh, dark clouds are wont to gather over the Dominion. Yet in spite of it all, she has ever endured. And when the storm has passed, I am confident she will remain. Now, as to the matter of payment for today's lesson, complete a simple errand for me and we shall consider ourselves even.
Even? Right.
Return this volume to old tomes in the shelves. Tell him it was, adequate.
I suppose it wouldn't hurt to visit our resident historian.
Here for another of my lectures? One would think.
One would think my role was abundantly clear by now. I offer you and yours the guiding light of knowledge, that of matters military and political, both past and present, that it might illuminate your way ahead. For it is only by understanding what has come before that one might steer one's way towards a brighter future. Your role, meanwhile, is to ensure that I remain furnished with as much information on the state of the realm as your people can muster, in order that I might continue to appraise the dispositions of the great nations and those who rule them. And of course, to pay attention during my lectures. It would not do to appoint the storied Ninetales as your tutor, only to disregard her expert advice. Sure.
I admit.
When I took up my professor's bonnet and began teaching at the University of Canvir, I did not think for a moment that I would one day count Sid the Outlaw among my pupils. But nor did I imagine that my fellow educators would have designs on my life, and we both know how that ended. Has it been a year already? Such is the peril of an overly inquisitive mind, I suppose, one it won't to uncover that which others would go to great lengths to ensure remained hidden. Were it not for you and your mutual friend having come to my rescue, my curiosity would have likely proved fatal. Instead, I was not only saved, but granted a new lease on life, as personal tutor to a band of outlaws, no less
More reputable fellowship
than anything in the academic world, I assure you. Okay.
My beloved homeland.
The crossroads of Ballistia, where one only has to stroll the streets to hear news from far-flung corner of the realm. Its mother crystal yields more shards than any other, and its lands even now remain untouched by the blight. It's a blessed country indeed.
It was.
Until the Sandbreak elected to invade and establish a new holy capital upon twin sides heretofore neutral shores. Pains me to see the land I love so changed, and even more to know that I did not predict it. I knew that Emperor Sylvester had designs on the Dominion, but to abandon Oriflamme, the seat of the Holy Empire since its inception, seemed too audacious a move even for him. Yeah, well, he's a dick. What do you want?
How may I help you today?
State of the Realm. By speaking with Vivian in the Hideaway's map room, Clive can view the state of the realm and learn more about the current going-ons in Valistia, revisit any of the Ninetales' past lessons, or take a deeper look at the relationships of those individuals in Clive's orbit.
Here's the latest information I have.
Grand cast. Here you can view detailed visualization of character relationships in Final Fantasy XVI that updates you as progress through the main. Okay. All right. Believed dead. Bitch. Wait, is that my bird? Oh, yeah, it is. Sid the Second. Sidolfo. Okay, maybe Vivian's not his daughter. I thought she was his daughter. Who the hell is this person? Madison. Alright. Sure. Still think it's Sid's daughter. Well, maybe it's not. I don't know.
One must understand one's place in
What
the
is
world.
this? Here you can view a detailed overview of current and past events relevant to Clive's story that updates you as you progress through the main scenario. Sure. Sure, whatever.
Allow me to explain. Again.
Alright, whatever. Oh, she said I had to return a book. Is that what this is? Whatever.
Everyone seems so happy to see us.
Old Tome said the hideaway is built inside an airship. Said it was called the Invincible.
Man, not reading all that stuff. Hey, you lived.
Horseman Harpocrates.
Now that is a name I have not heard for a long time. So long, in fact, I had half forgotten it was mine. Welcome home, Clive. You were missed, as always.
I believe this belongs to you. Vivian asked me to return it.
Ready? Our resident scholar devours books faster than young Tet does lemon tarts. Would that I could do the same, but alas, I no longer possess the necessary constitution for such indulgence, either in words or tarts. That
Fair
said,
enough.
I have continued my search for mention of the creature you encountered at Drake's Head, but without access to the great libraries of Oriflamme or the Dominion, I regret that I have been able to find little and less. I am sorry.
Please, don't apologize. I'll send word to our associates. See if they can't furnish you with more books.
I fear it is not more books that I require, but the right ones. Mayhap we look in the wrong places. There are still libraries to the north.
I'll see what I can do.
You are too kind. There are not many in this world who would indulge the whims of a tired old historian.
Not too tired to go filching Kupo nuts, though. Always got a pocket for him. Nicks him off the Moogle.
Hush now. We all know there's no such thing as Moogles.
The twins seem well.
Aye. Yet they laugh far too little for one so young. The loss of their parents weighs heavy on them, however well they hide it. Titan took much from us that night, from some more than others, and the wounds that remain, they are not quick to heal.
Which is why we must give them all the time they need.
That we must. Just as I must give you the time you need to recuperate. Good day, Clive.
Good day. Gav will be back soon. I should get some rest while I can.
My knowledge is yours. Look around you.
While it is far cry from the Imperial Library in Oriflamme, in 5 short years we have amassed more volumes than most men or women might hope to see in their lifetime. No longer are the tales they contain hidden away from all but the privileged. We have liberated them that they may fill the minds of all who hunger for knowledge. Still, there is much more out there, and as long as I draw breath, I should continue to gather what I can. Why, one day a chronicle of your own adventures might even grace these shelves. Or failing that, the floor. Sure.
It has been difficult, certainly.
When Titan visited his wrath upon us on that dreadful night, we lost much. He robbed us not only of our home and our loved ones, but of that which Sid fought fiercest to preserve, our hope. Hope that we might never have found again had you not taken his name and become our light in the darkness.
Had you not let us hear?
to Benomir and the Invincible, where among the ghosts of the fallen, our journey can continue. Here in the belly of a Leviathan, untouched by the passing of 1,000 years, does our hope burn brighter than ever, and here may it burn for 1,000 more. Sure.
I still remember.
The day I first met Tet and Crow, chasing their father about the hideaway one moment, clinging to their mother's kirtle the next. The twins' love for their parents was something to behold, so fierce and pure. When they passed, I feared the void they left in the children's lives could never be filled. Neither spoke nor smiled for years, hiding themselves away here in the shelves to bury their sorrows in the leaves of these tombs.
And thank goodness
or tomes.
they did.
And thank goodness they did, for I believe the stories proved a welcome distraction, as over time their pain faded, and now they laugh and frolic as they once did, if not with more vigor. They remind us that no matter how deep our wounds, we all have the capacity to heal. That happiness lost may be found again. Sure.
I don't believe you've read this particular chapter before. What subject shall we consider today?
Oh, Jesus. A lot of red marks.
You are always welcome, Clive.
I would hope so. My base. Alright. I think I've technically been everywhere.
Not back a blink and you're already off solving everyone's problems. It looks good, Clive. Goes well with the scowl.
I'd had that brand for so long. I'd forgotten what life was like without it. What it was like to be myself. And it's all thanks to you, Talia.
The scalpel did most of the work. Ah, before I forget, a rider was here with a letter from Gav. Otto left it on your desk.
Otto stole us. All right, I'll have a look.
And then you get some rest.
What could Gav have thought worthy of a letter?
Have you been to the toll? I hear a new shipment's just...
Otto was here earlier with a letter from Gav. He left it on your desk.
Reports, letters, and other important missives addressed to Clive are delivered here. New messages are always arriving, so make it a point to check this desk often. Sure. The Republican army marches on the Empire at Twinside, and the men of the Rock have been summoned to the front. Something big is brewing, I reckon. I'll see you're done to wear upon my return. I'll see you are done to wear upon my return. Alright. I don't understand some of that.
What does Gav have to say?
The Republican army is on the march, leaving Randalar in Hugo Kupka's charge. With him and his men occupied with the defense of the capital, they're less likely to trouble us.
Good news, then.
It's more than that. This is our chance, the one we've been waiting for.
But look how far we've come. All that we have here, our friends, the hideaway, are they not cause for joy?
5 years. 5 long years. If I could only command this power I've been granted, we might have achieved so much more. But each time I reach for it, it's like something is holding me back.
Summoning an icon exacts a price not easily paid. Your body knows this only too well. It's merely trying to save you from yourself.
And every burden I cannot bear falls to you.
This mission of ours has made me question everything I thought I knew. But one thing has become abundantly clear. The crystals take more than they give. In exchange for momentary comfort, we must endure a lifetime of pain, war after war, loss upon loss. And now they rob us of our very homes, leaving naught but dust and ash. But you're trying to change that. We're trying to change that. And to me, that's no burden.
I know, but...
Try not to forget. We're only here because Joshua gave us a second chance. It would be a pity to waste such a precious gift.
He did. He was there. It wasn't an illusion. I heard him call out to Ultima. If Joshua is still alive, he'll be looking for that thing.
Do you think he will ever come back?
I know he will. And we must be ready when he does. To a world without mother crystals. To Sid.
Yay. No more. Hey, he looks more badass now too.
And so the North is lost.
I knew that the Blight spread ever more swiftly, Your Grace. But this is far, far worse than any could have imagined.
It is only a matter of time before the twins are no more. The world marches ever closer to its end, and here we chase shadows. Tell me, brother, are our efforts in vain?
Mr. Clive, a moment, if you... my apologies, I didn't mean to... intrude.
Not at all. We were just discussing strategy.
Speak freely, Otto.
It's Martha, from the inn. She's gone missing. Anyway, I'll be in the mess when you've finished.
Very well.
Gathering storm.
What would make Martha leave the rest?
If something has happened to Martha, we need to speak to Otto.
I don't know. Perhaps I should just...
Have we any more knuckle?
What do we know, Otto?
Some lads from the Imperial garrison in Rosaria started a fight over at Martha's Rest. Blood was spilled, bones were broken. The usual. But somewhere in the middle of it all, Martha vanished without a word to anyone. And that ain't like her, Clive. Something's not right.
You think this was
True.
planned?
Of course it
Someone
bloody
kidnapped
was.
her.
Ever since Eastpool, the Empire's been tightening its grip around the Duchy's balls. They've strung up everyone who's ever set eyes on a runaway, claiming they're traitors to the Holy Throne, conspiring to restore the House of Rosfield to power. And now it sounds like the bastards have turned their attentions to the pallbearers meek enough to stay put. Naturally, old Martha could see the way the wind was blowing, complained that it was getting harder and harder to take bearers in.
And now she's missing. If she's fallen into the hands of the Empire, we could be next.
Couple of curse breakers are already on their way to the inn. They should help speed up the search. But if this is as bad as I think it is, you might end up having to save their asses and all.
Don't worry, Otto. I'll make sure everyone gets home safe.
Oh, I can't do anything with that board yet? Jesus. What do you want now?
And how may I assist you today? Allow me to educate you. One must understand one's place in the world. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
No quests. Nope. Oh, there's a side quest down there. I don't think I've seen Torgal. My puppies better still be alive. I would assume so.
Finish with that. Come back, Sid.
What do you need?
Damn blighted bilge. Is everything all right?
Aside from the holes in my hull, everything's roses.
The lake water doesn't agree with it, then?
That's one way of putting it. And unless you got some grand scheme to suck the black from the lake like we do in the atrium, that slurry'll keep eating away at the timber like young Tech does our lemon tarts. Suppose a coat of pitch might stave off the rot for a moon or so, assuming we had any pitch, which we don't. Not any bloody more. Doubt the old tub's got more than a dozen runs left in him.
Of course, Obolus. Your skiff is our only means of reaching the mainland. Without it, we'd be lost.
Well, I'm glad someone round here sees it that way. To make pitch, you need pitch trees. But in case you haven't noticed, live trees are one of the 1,000 things sorely lacking in the Deadlands. Now, I'm not so unkind as to ask you to fell a faraway forest and lug the logs back here to the mere, which is why we'll be needing a suitable alternative. And it just so happens I once heard the thorny pitchers of Curltail Falls cover themselves in a sticky wax to trap birds and beetles and whatnot. Might be enough to tide me over.
Sounds easier than felling a faraway forest. That's for certain.
Easy enough. Alright, so I'm going here. Alright, let's do that and then go try that door now that I got Sid's power. Maybe I can open that door thing. Because I'm assuming it opens.
Easier than felling a forest, I said. But trees don't have teeth.
To me, flames!
Hey, pitcher wax.
I can't imagine Herbalist needing any more than this. Time to head home.
Let's go check over here first. That door is going to drive me insane until I can get it open. Watch it not even actually be a door, and I just assume it's a door. Alright, can't do anything with it. Just teleport to Martha's Rest. Check the vendor and then do the quest.
What happened here?
Oh, no, never mind.
Come on. We need to find the others.
What are you after?
Filter garbage, garbage. Nope. Increases stone skin tonic duration by 30 seconds. Don't care. Ooh, what's that do? Instantly restores all hit points. Interesting.
Thanks
I'll buy
very
one.
much.
Let's go to sell. Sell the blue.
Fair trade.
Keep the purples.
Is that everything? A fair trade.
Let's see. Sell one of those.
Wanted one of those.
Of these.
A fair trade.
Gradually fills. Oh yeah. Care about that.
Take care out there, eh?
They've killed my parent.
Let's get you to a physical, shall we?
Sid? What said you'd be coming?
I trust you don't mind. Also thought you might need some help. And it appears he was right.
You, could say that, yes. They're saying the Imperials ascended like a storm. No one was spared their fury. Martha tried to step in and calm things down, but all our efforts got her were a pair of iron shackles and a hard march.
Any idea where?
Judging by their tracks, they headed towards Sorrowwise Bay.
To the Abbey sheltering Martha's bearers.
The bastards. Jill and I will go after them. You take care of the people here.
We will. But, before you go, one of the locals heard something. He said the soldiers were talking about a culling. I don't know how big this is, but it doesn't sound good. Be careful out there, Sid.
You do the same.
Cole is right. That was no tavern brawl. It was a message.
But the culling. Bearers are the property of the Empire. The garrison wouldn't have the authority to act alone. The orders would have had to have come from higher up.
True. Let's go turn in the side quest. 'Cause I don't know if this game is one of those games where if you move on too far, quests become undoable or whatever. So I don't want to run that risk of not being able to turn it in.
Finish with that log. Welcome back, Sid.
Well, did you find me some wax?
Find is one way of putting it.
Ugh. Reeks like a chocobo's arse. I don't suppose the Argo will mind as long as he stays above the waves.
Argo? So your boat has a name? I didn't know.
Yeah. Same as my old man. He was a ferryman himself back before the Blight came. The boat's all I have left of him. And thanks to you, he'll sail another day.
Hawk and ball. Jesus Christ. Increase attack by 12. Nice. Yeah, okay. Let's go back and continue this quest now. Or am I going all the way over there?
Staying where we are for now, I reckon. They've killed my parent.
Oi, look sharp!
You're finished.
Look. Up ahead. Martha, are you hurt?
Don't worry about me. It's them at the Abbey who need you. You have to do something.
Tell us what happened.
What happened? The damn Black Shields, that's what happened.
The Black Shields?
The bastards caught wind. The abbot and I were helping bearers. They were gonna hang us both. When the sick rose from their beds, poor souls turned on the Imperials. Distracted them long enough for me to get away.
Then they may still be alive. Martha, do you think you can make it back to the inn? Cole is there with the other curse breakers.
I think so. Thank you, Clive.
Black Shields? Is this some sort of twisted joke? There has only ever been one Order of Shields in Rosaria, and they fought to defend all her citizens.
Seems a step too far, even for the Empire.
You make it look easy.
Time to fight.
Are we too late?
There must still be someone inside.
No.
Damn it.
I thought you lot were all spent.
Murderers. They drove the bearers to this.
Wait. These two aren't turned.
That bitch of an innkeeper must have sent them. Colluding with the enemies of the Empire is a serious offense.
You're all going to die.
And for their crimes shall they be punished. Such is the law. To dwell in darkness that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these our swords we swear.
How dare you speak those words? Have you no honor?
Clive.
This won't take long.
Yeah, that did not take long.
Is that all of them?
I think so.
Wonder what that fourth currency is, that like green circle. Oh, is that my ability points? Now that I think about it.
I didn't see the abbot. He may still be alive.
Let's see if there's anything in here besides corpses. I do not see any.
Found
The abbot.
The bearers died protecting him, calling upon what little magic they had left in their bodies.
Clive. He's breathing.
We're friends of Martha. We're here to help.
Are the Imperials dead?
Yep.
Every last one.
If only that were true. The Black Shields will return. The Cullings will continue. Rosaria will never be saved unless we save her. Tell Mother to beg Sid's aid and tell her this wasn't her fault.
I shall.
Sid! Where are you? Sid!
In here! We found a survivor!
Clive.
I'm more.
He's gone.
We've laid the abbot to rest. But the bearers, they didn't need to die like this.
No, they didn't. But it was their choice. They knew the fate that awaited them and chose to meet it on their terms, fighting for those who fought for them.
Martha said they rose from their beds, threw themselves at the Imperials so she and the abbot could escape.
I've gathered the bearers' remains. We should consign them to the tide.
There's a drawbridge not far from here. Radix jump. The currents there are swift. If the abbot was still with us, he'd have taken the dust there himself and performed the casting. I'll get someone to...
I'll do it.
Of course. Cole and I will remain here and see to the Imperials.
Jesus, nobody can catch a break in this game. The hell is that thing? Rank C? What? Oh, it's a bounty? Notorious marks. Every now and then Clive may encounter creatures larger, faster, and more ferocious than most. While flight is always an option, defeating these notorious marks can earn him not only renown, but also rare materials that may be used to craft new gear or upgrade existing items.
Do you think it's spotted us, Torgal? What am I saying? Of course it has. It's a floating eyeball.
Yo. Jesus.
Nice try.
Oh, stood in that like an idiot.
Nice try.
Oh shit. Got him. Or maybe that green's renown? I don't know what it is. He gave me nothing good. Shit I already have a ton of. But I mean, it was the first one.
That must be the bridge. So shall the waters cleanse thee of thy burden, and bear it out to sea.
And now they are truly free.
I hope so. What of the Imperials?
A pyre was made. It's more than they deserve. We should go back. Cole is worried about Martha.
All right.
We're best off staying where we are for now, I reckon.
No one survived then?
Nope.
I'm sorry. Before he passed, one of them bade me tell you not to blame yourself.
Doesn't mean I won't. Doesn't mean their blood's not on my hands. Cole said you cast their remains. That was good of you. But it should have been me. This was all my fault.
How? You couldn't have known.
But I did. And I turned a deaf ear to the warnings like the fool I am. The rumours started moons ago. Of black-clad devils descending on villages in the dead of night to slit the throats of sleeping bearers. But I assumed it was all just nonsense concocted by the Empire. Nothing but a ghost story meant to make folk think twice about lending a hand to a fugitive bearer.
And in ordinary times you would have been right. What these Black Shields are doing is unthinkable. Which begs the question, why do it at all? My mother obviously has a hand in this. I cannot make sense of her actions.
And picking what goes on in that woman's head is a job for someone with more time on their hands. Right now, I need swords and men to wield them, preferably big ones. If those Imperials think they can come in here again and threaten my people, they're in for a rude awakening. Oh, before I forget, a Stolas from Otto landed just before you arrived. He asked me to tell you that Gav has returned.
Then we must as well. Will you be all right here, Martha?
We can stay longer if you wish.
No need. I'll be ready should the Imperials come calling. Though I wouldn't turn my nose up if you were to lend me a pair of them strapping young curse breakers.
Of course his mother has a hand in it. Like, Jesus Christ, can somebody kill her already? Holy hell. That thing is horrible. Don't even want to call her a person, because she's just horrible.
Try not to move. You'll only make it worse.
Oi!
The hell is this now?
Don't just pass me by.
Don't plan on it.
You handy with that sword of yours?
Sure.
Of course you are. Bet you're a bloody marvel with the thing. Now, question is, are you willing to use it or not? 'Cause a flock of noble chocobos are in need of help.
Chocobos?
You heard me right. Wild birds? Hmm? The big ones? And not just any chocobos at that. Whiteheart and her flock are the bravest birds you ever did see. They protect travellers round these parts from bandits and the like.
Chocobos? Fighting bandits?
It's true. Why, they saved me from a gang of footpads only yesterday. Nasty lot they were too. And now they're back, looking to settle the score. Well, go on then. Don't just stand there. Go and help them.
I mean, sure. Go save some chocobos.
There's a good lad.
Where can I find these chocobos?
I saw him cut across the way over yonder. The rotten scoundrels were driving the poor things towards the old dock. It's a dead end, that is. You save Whiteheart and her flock, you hear me? There ain't a pluckier bird in all the world. She's a hero to us locals. And don't worry, you'll know her when you see her right enough.
I'm sure I will.
And good luck to you. And give those no-good bastards a hiding from me.
Alright. Go kick the crap out of some bandits.
Whiteheart. That's quite a name for a chocobo. A white feather. I thought Ambrosia was one of a kind. Speaking of brave birds. Looks like they went that way.
Farewell.
Flawless, but at least we won.
These chocobos aren't going down without a fight.
We got you cornered, Feathers. You didn't think you'd seen the last of us, did you? You've been bad for business. But I reckon someone will pay good coin to mount your head on their wall.
Not around here, they won't.
Oh. And why's that, eh?
Because she's something of a hero in these parts. You hurt her, and I hurt you.
Piss off. Or better still, how about we hurt you both?
All right then. But don't say I didn't warn you.
Yeah.
Enough.
Too slow. Not good. That's better. Come on. Guess we're all ready.
And dead. Wait, that is ambrosia. It's got a scar on its eye. Or got
Heart, I presume.
beamed in the head with a rock at the beginning.
Do you know her, boy? That scar. It couldn't be. Ambrosia. It is you. You survived. And you found yourself a flock.
Oi! Is it over? I thought I'd come and see how you were getting on. Oh, well, you sorted the bastards then.
Of course I did.
Knew you would. And the whole flock made it through unscathed.
Thankfully, they did. And not only that.
Well, I'll be. I never stopped to think our hero here might once have been someone's mount. Though I dare say she'd suit a fine fellow like yourself. Reckon our feathered friend must have learned a thing or two from her master. Kind-hearted warrior that you are. Bird like her would have cost a princely sum. You born a lord or something?
Well,
Oh, no, sorry. I didn't mean to pry. Don't matter who you are. You done right by me.
What is it, girl?
She wants her master back, I reckon. Told you. And it seems her pals agree.
Is that it? You want to come with me?
Hey, do I get a mount now?
Well, bugger me if this ain't a heartwarming sight. The lads down the stables will be hearing about this tonight. Oh, stay right where you are.
Of course, he just happened to have a red and black saddle. And a patch. That's funny. A badass Kokobo.
Doesn't she cut an handsome figure, eh?
She does indeed. How much do I owe you?
A few scraps of leather's the very least I owe old Whiteheart. Oh, I'll be sad to see her go, of course. But she's earned her right to happiness and more besides. Don't you worry, we'll get along just fine without her. You hear that, Whiteheart? You've earned yourself some time off. You have fun traveling with your master now. You seem awful familiar now I get a proper look at you. That's it. When those chocobos swarmed my cart on the road, didn't you? No, that can't be right. That fellow was a bearer.
Must have been my double.
Oh, must have been, eh? Oh, that'll be the excitement getting to me. Silly sod that I am. Baby,
Oh, this was okay. He was that guy back in the day.
Best be on my way.
That's funny.
Good luck to the both of you.
So he actually became like a nice guy over 5 years.
You take care of your flock for now. I'll call you when I need you.
Cool. Displayed in Clive's chambers. Bespoke saddle and blinders worn by Clive's childhood Kokobo Ambrosia. Okay. After 18 long years, Clive has finally been reunited with his faithful steed. Hold R3 while in the field to summon Ambrosia and X to mount the Kokobo.
Good girl.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Cool. I can attack while on it. Or antelope. Just got kicked to death.
That'll do, girl.
Ah, can't ride it in town.
Not to move.
Alright. Well, got that all done. Guess we head back to the hideaway. Unless there's quests somewheres, I don't see any.
Now, where's Gav?
Where indeed?
Gav should be back by now.
Yep.
But none of the curse breakers ever returned.
Ah, Clive! Oh, I've missed that scowl.
Where's my report?
What, no kind words for your old pal Gav?
Alright.
If it's kind words you're after, you're fishing in the wrong barrel. Now sit down, you fool.
What, Joe don't get a drink? You guys are assholes.
So, you remember how quick the Empire was to occupy the Dominion after the fall of Drake's head? And how pissed off all the other nations were that they didn't think to do it first?
Half a century of independence gone at the whim of a madman. So much for their bloody treaty.
Clearly, the promise of unblighted land and the world's supply of crystals was too much for his radiance to resist. And now the Republic's finally decided to follow suit, using liberation as an excuse to declare war on Sambrek. Lined up right outside the Dominion's gates as we speak, looking to starve the Imperials into submission.
And now all eyes are on the Strait of Author.
Well, the two nations beat their shields. The rest sharpen their daggers, ready to set upon the war-weary victor. They'll never see us coming. It's time we moved on the mother crystals.
Fair enough.
4 mother crystals remain in Storm and Ash. Drake's Breath near Ironhome. Drake's Fang in Dhalmekia. Drake's Spine in Waloed. And Drake's Tail here in the Crystalline Dominion.
With the bulk of the Republican army marching to Twinside, Drake's Fang will be left exposed.
That is exactly the move Kupka would anticipate. And if there is anything these past 5 years have taught us, is that he loves his traps. There is one place, however, where nobody will be expecting us to go.
Drake's Breath.
There's a shitload of sea between us and it, and I've never been much of a swimmer.
I have an acquaintance in Port Isolde who may be able to help.
Who's that then?
My uncle, Byron Rossfield.
Lord Byron Rossfield of the Seven High Houses, the trade magnate with holdings in over 100 cities. Wait, Rossfield. And you're a Rossfield, of course.
My uncle's name gave him his start in the world, but it was his acumen which earned him his fortune, along with a handsome fleet of ships.
Well, it's settled then. What are we waiting for, eh? Huh?
He's so just always in a good mood. Fucking Gav. Some of the freaking like side characters in this game are phenomenal. New facilities. Following Hideaway facilities are now available. Alien Reports, The Patron's Whisper, The Hunt Board. All 3 are located near Otto in the Mess. Fair enough.
What are we waiting for, indeed?
There's new side quests as well.
You think it's alright to touch him?
I don't know. You go first.
Boo. Poor Torgal. I mean, I guess not poor Torgal. It's getting some attention from the little ones. Let's go grab that quest.
Be long now, Martel. Sid, I was hoping to speak to you.
Is everything all right?
Oh, yeah, it's just, well, as you know, we've been trying to grow fruit down here.
It's good to know that something of the old hideaway still lives on.
Martel's pride and joy. It was a sapling when she rescued it from the rubble, but look at it now. All our hard work's finally paying off. I took it on, you see, after she died. And now the fruit's finally ready to eat. And not only is it ready, it's actually tasty. Sweet as you like, in fact. She bred the bitter right out of it.
Impressive. And welcome news to more than a few, I'd say.
I thought this first harvest could go to the curse breakers, on account of all they do for the hideaway. You couldn't take them some, could you? Seems better them coming from you.
It'll be nice being the bearer of good news for a change.
Oh, thank you. She always had a soft spot for that lot, see? And once they've had their share, I'll see to it that everyone else gets some. Here you go. Martel apples, they're called, in honor of her memory. You hear that, Martel? Today's finally the day.
Did you come through the forge today?
Nope. Let's go get those two things in my room. I'm gonna say office, but it's technically my room. Bird by any other name. Forgive my insistence on writing you these silly letters. Would that we had more time to speak to each other in person, but for every day we spend together it feels as though we must suffer another two apart. I'm glad to hear of your most unexpected reunion with Ambrosia, or should I say Whiteheart. You told me once how your Kokobo sacrificed herself to protect you that night at Phoenix Gate. Here, so many years later, we find that she has spent her life doing that exact same thing, defending others. Some things never change, do they, Clive? Jill. Oh, I was gonna say, isn't she following me right now? Oh wait, I can't get there from here.
I hear there's trouble in Rosaria.
There's always trouble in Rosaria.
Rooms as ragged as...
You two look like you could use something to eat. Here. Courtesy of Martel.
Martel. Now, where have I heard that name before?
Weren't she the girl from the Furrows?
Course she was. An odd sort, that one. Loved plants more than people.
Aye, and brave as a bane might. Remember when she ran back into the hideaway to collect them trees when Titan attacked? Wait.
These aren't those apples, are they? Well, I'll be. She'd have been proud, and rightly so. Thank you, Sid.
Others weren't so lucky then. A gift from the backyard. For your service.
Blimey, these take me back. I haven't seen a hideaway apple since. Old Sid was the only one who could stomach the things. He'd nab 'em right from the branch, make Martel livid. Not that anyone could stay mad at the man for long.
That sounds like the Sid I knew, all right.
Planning on keeping that lot to yourselves, were you? Hang on. These aren't Martels, are they? I'm glad to see someone carried on what she started. Can't have been easy, not in the Deadlands. Reckon she'd be happy knowing all her hard work didn't go to waste. Clive, tell the lad down in the backyard to run some over for me, will you?
Not so much as a thank you. Well, I've got some manners at least. Thanks, Sid. You can leave the basket with me. I'll see that the others get their share. Oh, and give our compliments to the gardener, won't you?
That was the last of the apples. I should head to the backyard and pass along everyone's regards.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Oh, same old.
Otto's got me reading through the reports coming in from our allies and picking out what problems need dealing with now, what can be saved for later. It was still early days back in the old place, so I could just about handle the job myself. State of the world now, though, I need Dee's help to sift through it all. And that's just the sifting. Actually solving any of these problems is a whole other headache. Curse breakers take the urgent stuff, but we're still stuck waiting for volunteers to handle the rest. If you ever find yourself at a loose end, well, you know where to find me. So much has happened since that night, feels like a lifetime ago, but we'll never forget those who didn't make it. Kenneth, Martel, they're still with us in our hearts. And Sid, when I found out he was gone, I thought that was it for us.
Still with us too.
But he's still with us too, with us and in you. You took his name and gave us hope when we had none. So I suppose what I'm trying to say is, don't be a stranger. A hideaway ain't nothing without its Sid. Fair enough.
Quick look.
And no quest.
Seen enough?
Apparently.
Oh, Clive. Welcome to the Patron's Whisper.
The Patron's Whisper? Does that mean someone else is taking care of our friend's donations?
Oh no, that's still me. It's just Karen has her toll, Blackthorn has his hammer. I thought a new name might liven things up. I still catalogue every item that arrives, in addition to setting aside those tokens of appreciation the sender has specified are to be presented to you personally. Would you like to see if we have any? Business is busy.
On top of my regular duties here at the Whisper, Otto has piled countless other tasks, from transcribing to sorting Stolas reports to penning needful missives. Not that I'm complaining, mind. I enjoy writing. I have ever since I learned my letters from Jara back in the old hideaway. I won't claim to have been his best student, though. That honor goes to Shirley.
Still.
I like to think Jara would be proud of me too, were he here with us today.
Words are immortal.
They live on in others, and if the words are your own, so too will you. Do you know who told me that? It was Jara, in our last lesson before Titan came. It stayed with me ever since his passing and inspired me to become what I am today. I imagine we survivors all have a story like that of someone who remains with us even though they're gone. Yeah, fair enough.
Your benefactors are a generous lot.
Patron's Whisper. Completing side quests will earn Clive renown, inspiring nameless benefactors from across the Twins to donate money or items to Clive's cause. Visit Desiree at the Patron's Whisper in the Hideaway's Mess to view current renown level and accept any donations available. Cool. Your merry band of outlaws and his dashing deeds of daring do are all the talk amongst the ladies of the court. We have gathered together several items of worth that you might continue your gallantry. Heart-struck Dowager. Does it spend the points though? Let's see.
You earned this.
It does not. Okay. Respect. Our order is one built on pride, but that does not mean we are too proud to give thanks where thanks is due. We may have failed Martha once, but never again. The Blood Axes. Oh boy, a meteorite.
Yours.
I get a Berserker ring at 85. More donations become available once achieving a renown rating of 100. Alright. Doesn't seem too hard as long as you're doing side stuff.
I may have more for ya.
Hey, little Moogle. 5, there you are. I've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Nectar?
The matter is this.
The hunt board? It's where the Cursebreakers post sightings of particularly fearsome beasts. Those that might pose a threat to our operations if they were left to roam free. Just because they can't be dealt with when they're spotted, doesn't mean they can't be dealt with later. Was that what you wanted to know?
Of course not. I knew all that already. God, they are chunky in this game. That's why I need your help, as I need not remind you I am the mightiest of all the Moogles, no fiend of the forest or ghoul. Jesus, they do not give you enough time to read that. So I need you to slay them all.
Right. Well, leaving your mightiness aside for the moment, the people of Valisthea are going through a lot already. What with the Blight and the war. The last thing they need is ungodly fiends terrorizing them on top of everything else. So if the Cursebreakers are too busy to help, then perhaps I can. Or at least I can try.
Oh, thank you. It's so good to have found someone who understands. Me. I'll stay here then and keep an eye on all the bill. Okay, well, fuck me then. Ask about hunts. Do you see that all the billets are marked with a location? That's where the horrible horror in question was seen. But you can't be expected to memorize every last place name in the whole wide realm. You're only human. So if the place name doesn't tingle your pom-pom, try reading the witness's statement. Sometimes there are other details in them that might help you track the nasties down and finish them off. Cursebreakers don't just tack up any old rumors on this board, you know, they take great pains to verify every little detail. So don't you go letting all their hard work go to waste. Don't you let me, I mean them, down. Did I ever tell you about the time I visited the Great Continent?
I don't think so.
Of course I didn't, because I've never been. Little jackass. Look at these wings. Do they look like the sort that might carry a move across countless leagues of open sea? Call me Nectar the Bold, not Nectar the Stupid. Alright, fair enough. Jesus. It's precisely what you see before you. The Cursebreakers note down the details. Okay. It's basically the same thing I've already done. Alright, let's see. The hunt board reports of fiends terrorize the countryside or post on the hunt board in hopes that fearless heroes such as Clive will take it upon themselves to hunt down and slay the notorious marks. Okay, we already did that one. The Angel of Death. Trader coming by way of Sir Norvent met with a troop of Cursebreakers traveling in the opposite direction. Warned them of a wicked winged harpy on the road ahead, his eyes wild and flickering. Though the Cursebreakers saw nothing untoward on their own journey through their past, the sound of cackling laughter from the trees ensured that they kept up a brisk pace. Clearview Sandbreak. By way of Sir Norvent. Okay. Then you got Belphegor. Reports have been received of a wild avis of striking size making its nest atop the hill adjacent to Eastpool. Though all efforts are being made not to rouse the beast's ire, it is surely but a matter of time before it needs to feed. I hereby petition any brave volunteers to march on the northern border, that we might cut the fiend down before it makes trenches of the nearby villages. Broken Hill, Rosaria. Okay, this says hill adjacent to Eastpool. It's here north. Okay. Alright. Okay.
Ah, my favorite pupil. What is it that you wish to learn? Here's the latest information I have. Study it well, Clive. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Okay.
Them old apples
Let's
were
go
enough to...
turn this quest in. Then go see if we can hunt those big guys down.
That broom's as ragged as goat's locks.
Hey, big guy.
Those men didn't hurt Martha, did they?
You think it's alright to touch him?
I like that big guy. I like Gav. These two NPCs are great.
The Cursebreakers sent their thanks. And their compliments. They were clearly very fond of Martel.
They remembered her. After all these years. I suppose she was very kind, even to a tongue-tied lummox like me. You were one of the good ones, Martel. Why did you have to die? She put everything into her work, She wasn't going to rest until we had fruit sweet enough to enjoy. And now we do. When she died, I named a sapling after her. And now it's a full-grown tree. Martell lives on through the fruit it bears.
And through you. Her dream would have died with her, had you not kept it alive. That's something to be proud of.
I didn't do anything really, but thank you. You're kinder to me than I deserve.
By the way, Otto's expecting some of your crop. And I wouldn't mind some of it either, if that's not too much to ask.
Of course not. I'll see that you're both well provided for. They like your fruit, Martell. Isn't that wonderful? I'd say it's about time we planted you some siblings, don't you think?
All right. I was gonna say, stop looking at the apple. We get it. Okay. Just go here. Seriously? And now they're all locked, so I can't go to try to fight those monsters. Damn it. Guess we just go here. Now I'll end up having to go read the things again because I'll forget by the time I get to where I can.
It was wise to leave, Gav. He didn't seem pleased.
I needed his eyes and nose in Dhalmekia. I'm not about to let Kupka take us unawares. Besides, he has a knack for that sort of thing.
That he does.
And wasn't it Sid who said that matters such as these are best left to dominance? Especially should one of his beloved opportunities to grow and change present itself.
I always knew that I would return one day. Return to Ironhome.
For what?
After learning the truth, you were given the chance to face your past. If I am to continue at your side, I must do the same.
We will face it together then.
To the end.
Come on.
Bloodlines.
How far do you think your mother's reach extends? Will we find the same tragedy in the south as we did at Martha's Rest?
Probably.
More than likely. Which is why we should hurry. There are still many settlements between here and Portis. We visit as many as we can and hear their stories. Starting with the village of Amber.
Yeah, I think I saw like a... thought I saw a shiny over here, maybe I didn't.
It's over.
Well, I don't see any chests yet.
There. To the south. That's where we're headed.
You can just make out the castle from here as well.
And yet it's a world away.
Oh, item. Switch to this so I can yank them out of the sky.
Farewell.
Okay. Oh, I should have bought potions before I left my base, but is what it is. Nothing I can do about it now.
Farewell!
You take too many risks.
What's this? Right? Can't do anything with it. Alright. Seems weird.
We're not alone.
You lose!
No chest yet.
Careful.
There's a chest.
You're finished!
Flawless, but at least we won.
Did nothing.
We're not alone.
Ah, that's on the other side. I can't get there. Damn it. Okay, we're almost done exploring.
Quite another day.
One of those freaking birds. Let's kill these things first. Oh.
I needed you. Yeah, to me, boy. Give me thunder. Over here. Now, Torgal. Garuda. Enough.
Alright, he's dead. Chest over here. Just for some black blood. See, no chest around there.
Very low.
see anything else.
Mockery of justice is what it is. Lord Elwyn would never have stood for this.
Quiet, you! Nothing, we're loyalists.
Jill, look.
Rosaria must be cleansed of the stain which befouls her, that she might rise once again from the ashes to welcome a new dawn. 'Twould be a pity to make examples of you all, for the transgressions of but a handful.
Of course, your lordship. You shall have our full cooperation.
Kill them. Go kill them.
What business could the Black Shields have in a village this small? There's barely room to hide a bearer.
Then they must be here for something else.
You fancy dancing a gallows jig like the miller's son?
All right.
Let's go to the merchant.
You're a long way from home, aren't you?
Guy bleed garbage, gold work garbage, garbage. Increases limit break generation by amount by 6% when taking damage. Meteorite, we'll buy it.
Much obliged.
Night terrors. Don't really need it at the moment. Take another one of those.
There you are. You won't be disappointed.
Thought I only had one, but alright.
I'll find it a good home. I'd pay more if I could. I'll find it a good home. I reckon that's fair. I suppose we won't be seeing you again.
Yeah, let's just talk to you.
Excuse me, but what was all that about earlier?
You haven't heard? Someone's been stirring up trouble. There have been attacks on the garrison, supplies stolen. They even say a Black Shield was murdered. The Empire wants answers, and what the Empire wants, Empire gets.
Don't they just?
Keep your ears open, eh? The Black Shields will pay good coin for information on the culprits. You'd have to be dull as a sack of stones to think.
Around, see if there's any chests in any of these.
There was a time my husband might have stood up to those men. Though back then, he wouldn't have needed to.
Here's a chest.
We're going hunting for outlaws.
What did those knights want, Father?
You seen him, didn't you?
I'm sorry.
The Black Shields. Just now. You seen them, didn't you? At least I think there was a Black Shields. Can't say I ever saw one before.
Was this the first time they visited the village?
What do you think? Amber's the arse end of nowhere.
And they thought we might be harboring firebrands. Huh. If only we were. I might have turned them in and become a Black Shield myself.
You don't think these
become a douche.
firebrands the Empire is looking for could be us, do you?
I don't know. But we need to find out. Greetings, friend. We are travelers.
I know that. What do you want?
We couldn't help noticing those Imperial soldiers who were here earlier.
Don't you go telling these strangers a thing. I speak for the people of this village, and we have nothing more to say to you. You are to leave Amber and never come back.
May I at least ask why?
I don't know who you are or what brings you here, but your presence puts us all in grave danger. The Empire is a harsh master. Its demands are great, and its justice swift. But as long as we keep our heads down and pay our tributes, we are left alone. Some might call it submission. But if it will spare my people the Viceroy's wrath, then I will gladly submit. This village will not become another East Pole.
Then we shall be on our way. These people live with a knife to their throats. In the mistaken belief that if they cooperate, my mother will show them mercy.
Obedience bought with fear.
Are you all right?
Sorry, It's nothing. We still don't know who the Black Shields are looking for.
Well, whoever they are, the Imperials deem them worth pursuing to the back of beyond. But other than Martha, who else in Rosari would have the courage to stand against the Empire? A new ally would certainly be welcome. Can we find them before the Imperials do? Perhaps the next village will yield more answers.
Perhaps.
Doubtful. Okay, so I wrap around here.
This pass will take us through the mountains.
And directly into the path of whoever or whatever lurks here.
Ever since the Apodatory, we've seen more and more of these echoes.
What do you think is waking them? The Mother Crystal's collapse?
I have an idea. You're not going to like it.
Help me, boy. It's over. I'm hurt, Torgal.
Thanks, boy.
Live to fight another day.
We're on this way first.
Help me, boy. Farewell.
Okay, there was nothing there but like a fight. Seems like a waste.
More of my mother's men.
It's over.
to fight.
Just make sure there's nothing in this little cubby. Nope. Don't look it.
Don't get surrounded.
Oh, bunch of blood.
Blood, Clive.
And still wet.
Looks like somebody was thrown over the bridge.
You were told to stay in your homes.
The Black Shields.
You know who we are. And still, you would bear your steel.
Yep.
Why
You
then?
bunch of bitches.
We owe you our thanks. You have saved us the trouble of an interrogation. To dwell in darkness, that we may purge the night and welcome lasting dawn. On these, our swords we swear.
Say that again. I'll show you a true shield of Rosaria.
Yeah, you guys suck.
Tell me what I want and the end will be swift. Who are you looking for?
Why, you. We come bearing a message. Your friends have been found. The branded you freed from our camps. They await you in Ordil. Guardians of the Flame.
Those are Old Hill's gates.
Then we hurry.
Alright.
Find something, boy. Death.
Murdered all of them.
Oh, found her.
Yeah, that seems about right. Jesus, it's unnecessary.
This was my mother's doing.
But why? Why would anyone...
I don't know. I never truly understood her. But this...
Oh, Clive.
Maybe we should frickin' find our way into wherever she is and murder this bitch.
I will learn what madness drives her, and I will end it. We should go.
Yes.
We could...
Oh, we're wrapped around over there. Alright.
I'll leave them here like this.
We won't. But if the Black Shields have made it this far south, they may already be in Port Isolde.
So we just look around, see if there's oh, there's one. Convenient. Demon Tamer. Isn't that what I'm already wearing? I am. Alright. Already wearing it, and they gave me another one. Let's learn that. And... Instead of that, let's put this. Yeah, just wired. Okay, see nothing there. It's got a little more of the town to look at. Alright. It's the whole town.
We're approaching Buick Bridge. Though I doubt the Empire would let us cross over to Rosalith.
Alright, don't see anything.
Didn't happen to come by way of Oldhill, did you? Saw some Imperials clad in black making for the docks just the other day. The next morn, you couldn't see the sun for all the ravens.
Yep.
I did, Mummy. I could hear him shouting from down the road.
They tell us there's a curfew.
You won't
but then
survive
refuse us
another night.
passage back.
Passage to the provincial capital is restricted to Imperial Army personnel.
How am I to sell my wares if they won't exhibit? Capital.
They're all Rosarian.
But this is their home.
The Empire would have us live in the Deadlands.
But I'm hungry.
You'll find no succor to the South Travellers. No.
Don't go thinking you'll find refuge in the houses outside Port Isolde. The place is a wretched hive of thieves and blackguards.
Quiet Sands. Interesting. Look like anything over there.
Very well.
Oh, you jerk.
Look easy.
Waken winds!
Something good, please? More black blood, of course.
The Lazarus. What happened to this place?
My mother happened. The nobles who lived here didn't stand a chance. Let's hope my uncle fared better. We should start with the main gate and see where that gets us.
Of course. Well, I wonder
That's
if
the main gate.
Wonder if the uncle
looks like
is
we're
an
not the
uncle
only
on the
ones who
father's
opened
side or
today.
the mother's side. Because if it was on the father's side, yeah, I can get it. Or I understand. She's just murdering everybody. It's on her side, it's a little more weird, but she's such a bitch, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest.
We're not alone.
Alright. Look everywhere's here.
Let us pass! My children are starving! Have mercy! Voice-friends dogs they are! You can't ignore us forever!
Let us in, or we'll die on your doorstep!
Better out there than in here!
More than enough for everything!
Fuck off! Hang the chinless bastards! Those crystals belong to us all! Bleeding horse! I said, away with you, filth! Back to your stall! Cut you down where you stand! Destroy it!
No chance of slipping through unnoticed. We'll need to find another way in. I thought we might be able to reason with the guards. Or at least bribe them.
I suspect everyone in that crowd thought the same. Was that the only way in?
Officially, yes. Strictly speaking, no. My uncle once told me that the nobles had tunnels built, so that they could visit town without having to walk amongst the rabble. The Lazarus. We'll find our way into the city there.
If you're sure. The entire place looked abandoned. Do you think it's safe?
Safe enough. We're
As long as
beasts,
it
we
is
can handle it.
abandoned.
The good news is we haven't seen a single black shield since Old Hill.
Maybe they found who they were looking for.
Maybe. You're gonna get another team member. Have a look around, see if there's any chests.
When the Blight came to our village,
Please. We're so cold.
Half the guards at that gate are Rosarian. They've sold their souls for the promise of a warm bed.
We numbered 6 when we left our village. 2 died on the road. Another passed just last night.
Our last crystal just shattered.
That opens super easy. Okay, this is nice and small.
This is nothing like I remember it.
How quickly a crown can lose its luster.
Not abandoned then.
Oi! Visitors!
Apologies. We'll show ourselves out. Or not.
See, you guys should just let us leave. Now you are all dead.
I've only ever seen one man fight like that. And he's
Hey,
long dead.
it's what's his name?
Perhaps it's time you joined him.
The blessing of the Phoenix. It can't be. I was there when you died.
Yeah, it's the guy. I forget his name. Thomas or something.
Forgive me, my lord.
Wade.
I knew not whom I addressed. You have naught to fear from us. Founder, it really is you.
It is. So wait.
We can speak inside.
I kind of just murdered a bunch of your men. Oh, nope, never mind. Guess I didn't murder any of them. They're all getting up.
And those who wouldn't bend the knee?
We left before the Empire could make examples of us, though we didn't go far. And we banded together to form the Guardians of the Flame soon after. Alas, there is only so much a handful of aging shields can do against the might of an empire. But we've seen to it that their stay has been anything but pleasant. Of late, though, we've had our hands full just trying to keep the Duchy's few remaining bearers out of the Imperial's clutches.
The Cullings. We saw what happened in Old Hill.
Aye, the foul work of the Black Shields and their mistress.
You mean my mother? But it doesn't make sense. Even knowing what I know about her. Her hatred for bearers was no secret, but she wouldn't have been ignorant of their value to the realm.
No offense, my lord, but in case you haven't noticed, the Lady Annabella couldn't care less about the realm. She barely even cares for her own home. That much has been plain since the slaughter at Eastpool. And, since granting the Holy Emperor a new heir, her obsession with bearers only seems to have grown. As to why, I don't know. Maybe she can't bear the thought of anyone having the power to challenge her beloved son.
Her son.
Sir Wade, the Black Shields have broken camp. They march in full force for Buick Bridge.
Then so do we.
Make ready.
This is their main host. If we remove the head, perhaps we can prevent what happened at the docks from happening somewhere else. If I do nothing, then the blood of their next victims will be on my hands.
Yours and ours. We too have witnessed the crimes these men who dare call themselves shields have committed in my mother's name. It cannot be allowed to continue. We must put a stop to this madness.
We must. So let us go with you. For the good of Rosaria.
Damn right.
I was hoping you'd say that. Very well. If that is your wish, I would be honored to serve at your side.
And we at yours.
So, Wade, let us do our duty.
With pleasure, my lord.
I imagine this endeavor will require more than just our wits.
Then let's hope Sir Wade has a good quartermaster.
Oh, he does have a vendor.
I suppose we owe you
At
our
least you're not
thanks.
dead.
You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
True. I honestly thought I did.
You're telling me that's the Archduke's son?
What is it you require?
Not that, because that's garbage. And that's garbage. Jesus Christ, you guys gonna get anything worth a damn? Desert Rose. Used in crafting despite its rose-like appearance, blah blah blah. Alright, so let's buy this, because you usually only have one. Let's buy a bunch of these. I don't know what they are. There we go. We'll buy 25.
As you wish, my lord.
Okay, I'm stocked on potions. Alright, stocked on all that.
I'm sure that it will prove useful.
Don't need 2 of those in my inventory. Yep. Gold
May it
bug.
serve the cause well.
Black blood. Goblin coins.
I'm sure that it will prove useful.
Sharp fang. Let's sell some of these.
Our thanks, my lord.
Don't need this much of all this stuff. Unless there ends up being some reason to need mass quantities like this, but
I'm sure that it will prove useful.
I haven't seen a need for that many.
Our thanks, my lord. May it serve the cause well. Our thanks, my lord.
Good enough.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you. Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Buick Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, The Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Old Hill have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
I agree.
So we shall.
Let's go kick some ass. Party members. Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. Alright. Can't teleport or anything, so off we go.
We'll keep them from the bridge.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Look at me sideways.
Come along now.
The bastards are lucky I didn't.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Let's go.
What is it now? I told you! We bear a message for the Vicereine. From the Guardians of the Flame.
Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come!
Yeah, pretty much.
Die along with your flame! For Azaria!
For Azaria!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell! Reinforcements from the far bank!
Oh yeah, I probably should have listed everything on this crap.
It's over.
More dragons.
Worms. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Thank you.
Bravo! To me, Flames!
here comes
A
Dragoon,
noble
douche.
stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
There's a good boy.
Fire and
Sir Wade! Found. There's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You mean finish him? Already.
Piece of cake. Oh, we got Dragon Tail and Imperial Link. Well, what for crafting those will be used for. Assuming armor.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud. My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it, as we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die, and her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Like how he comes up with the plan and everything, then he's like, yes, your plan.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the Mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know.
Okay, so
Go on
Tyler
now, my
didn't make it that day. That sucks.
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. And means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue! You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshod. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Maddo in the twins.
Oh, Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford.
Okay. We found another decent person, so how long's he gonna
You arrived
live?
late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
I mean, she was kind of a monster before.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. That's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. And besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
By your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no
Poor
more
Clive.
about it today. It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing.
That's funny.
The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy, but now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she?
Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days.
Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that the lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung a sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Jesus, they still won't let me go places to hunt those monsters. Jerks. Here be monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
See a green mark.
Typical nobles.
How did we never
There are
hear
new
about
billets
these
being
Guardians of
posted
Flame?
every day.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you?
That voice does not go with that.
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. Normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
Sure.
Fine. If you think it will help.
I knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so soon.
Hello, talk. Such is the renown of Sid the Outlaw that much of my clientele would rather spend their time prattling on about your endeavors than making any endeavors of their own. For that, I feel I owe you at least a portion of my earnings. A particularly enamored sort left this on the nightstand. May it serve you better than it did him. A busy courtesan. Berserker ring. Sure.
Here you are. All done?
Let's see, what does that do? Jeez, I got so much stuff. Bull's horn braid increases lunge dance. Okay, Berserker ring temporarily increases attack proficiency with each precision dodge. Ah. Yeah, that's not bad. Just keep what I got though.
have sworn we had a few more.
Get out of my way.
That monster's taken quite a liking to live.
First August, and now you. What you pair up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like every clumsy shit. I should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. And now every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
All right. We're going.
Alright. So just get better. That's all there is. I can go get you the things, then you can study
I
it.
always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. Didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
I was gonna go there next anyways.
That monster's taken quite a liking to...
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. He don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe... Cairnorthern, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So...
Oh, that explains why I haven't been able
sounds
to
like going
run
after
around
that
and
griffin
hunt
might be the best
monsters.
chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
And what can I do for you?
You have anything worth a damn? Nope.
You'll not find a better price than that. Finished, are you?
I didn't
What do
take
you
you for a
want?
scholarly van.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Sure.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad with all the bloody dust.
Oh, Jesus. An apple a day. Lad from the yard ran up a basket of martels just this morning, sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze they were. Told myself I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to old Otto, I don't have to either. He let Nigel and his lot know they've done a fine job. Was a time you'd catch none but Sid supping on one of these. What for their foul bite, but for him, it never were about the flavor, but about what they represented. Our ability to make it on our own. And look at us now, Sid would be proud. A flame none brighter. My lord Marquise, I ask once again for you to forgive my men for their welcome back at the Lazarus, but certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be the self-same man I followed into Stillwind those many years ago, a true bearer of your father's legacy. If only Sir Tyler and Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us, see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the sword of the Guardians, and I am proud to stand alongside you once again. Okay, all quiet in the Dominion. The Delmex and the Imperials are at a standoff. They snarl at each other, fangs bared like slum curs, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realized what a stinking pile of Kokomo shit they've stepped in. If I were a man to lay wager, I'd put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you apprised. Fair enough. Well, I think I might call it here for the night. Seems like a good spot, and then next time I can start off by doing all the side stuff, and maybe they'll let me teleport around and kill some of the monsters and stuff. So, thanks everyone for hanging out and watching. Hope everybody has a good night or day, whichever it may be. And we'll talk to everybody in the next one. Later.